And I'm ready to go live when you guys are.
Alright, you guys ready? Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
Landon, I have a quick question. Have you
Hmm.
made a new D20 for me yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
I've been lazy. I will probably start on that tomorrow.
That's fine. I wanted to check in on that. Okay, are you guys ready?
Yes, ma'am.
No, actually, Landon, what did you think of the model I sent you? You never messaged me.
You sent me a model?
I sent you a picture because I wasn't gonna ask you for a model unless you said you were free to do so. But I built the marionette in Hero Forge.
Yeah, if you send it to me, I'll get it printed out.
But did you see the picture? Do you think it's cool?
Yeah, it looks good.
I thought that was a dog.
I thought that it was the
Alright.
Dog.
You guys ready?
Yep, bring it.
Alright, 3, 2, 1.
Fuck! Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Diamonds and Dice. We get together about once a week, roll dice together. We also tend to argue about what kind of price of gemstones go for because some of us are jewelers. We're missing a Jonathan and a Josh, which has pretty much become part of the course for quarantine. They got shit to do, though. Doesn't matter that they're locked up. They're still doing something. So, with that said and done, the last game, the Godslayers had approached their house, saw that it was under attack, and decided to, even though their house was locked up, to try to give themselves up in exchange for one few things said to Alazio. Once in prison, they sat in prison for not too long. Bartholomew lost a hand, and they still somehow broke out of jail because my party is absolutely amazing and just can figure shit out in a heartbeat. Using their magic to take the magic inhibitors down, they still busted loose and caused some shit. And through some love from Egida, convinced one of the individuals that were taking watch of him, Sam, to help them escape. Escaping through the escape route, on the other side, everyone forgot, oh shit, we forgot our stuff. And he said, well, I'm still a cop, so I'll go back in and get it for you guys. And that, to my recollection, is everywhere where we left off. So, with that said and done, you guys ready?
Yeah?
Okay. So, while you guys are waiting and you've come out the hatch of the secret exit from the prison, it's quiet, and occasionally you see like officers go by, and you guys duck back into the little hidey hole and pop it back out and go back out. Tame is sitting there looking at Bartholomew's hand, and he goes, "Aye, boy, come here."
I'll walk over to him
He takes a look at your bleeding stump, and he goes,
with
"What's
the
will
shiv
that
in it.
do?"
With the shiv in
With
it.
what?
With the shiv in it.
Yeah, he goes, "'Twill not do that." And he yanks out the shiv. It hurts quite a bit.
Oh my
He
god,
takes
yeah.
a look at it, and he starts taking a look at it, smells it for a brief second, like looks at it, and he goes, he says, "All right, lad, wait a second for us to get our stuff. I'll be able to fix this in a moment, okay?"
And I'll show him that I have my hand as well, like my actual hand, like that they cut off. Like
He takes a look at it and for a brief second until he throws it over his shoulder, and he goes, "Aye, I'll make it work." Sam appears with your stuff. He comes around the front and he looks over and he
I
doesn't
whistle
seem to
back
see
at
it.
him. I whistle back at him, like, it's clear.
Yeah, he runs over and he holds up a bunch of stuff and starts handing it out. The minute that Tame gets his Tinker's kit, he grabs Bartholomew's hand and holds it out. He starts pulling out shit of all different kinds. and he pulls out a few, like, as he gets a little bit of, like, all these supplies out, little metal supplies and little bone supplies and things like that. He starts taking the bones and screwing them in with metal and bracing them together. Within a few seconds, he holds up his hands and does this to it, and you guys will actually see a small crucible will be floating in the air, and there is a chalice above it that pours out molten magma into it. He uses all of his powers as an artificer to make an infusion. Terry, your character gets Arcane Propulsion Arm.
Nice.
That's how it's located.
What?
So he works on a few things and starts taking the bones and puts them together, and like it looks very similar to a Warforged hand. And he takes a whole bunch of chain and attaches it to your arm, and it's just your arm looks like a bracer made of chain. And he says, he sits there and he holds up the crucible again. It pours more lava into it, and there's some strange look about your knuckles. They look almost hollow right here and here.
Okay.
And he puts something in the back and locks into place and pours some powder, and he goes, "Okay, lad." And he drags over a barrel and holds it, and he goes, "Okay, lad, need to make sure it's okay. Pick this up."
I reach over and try and pick it up. Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna do like the little robots when they can actually like, oh, cool, out my fingers now.
The Luke Skywalker.
Yeah. Cool.
As you do, it functions as a normal arm. It's a prosthetic from Eberron. It functions as a normal arm. He's
Alright.
like, "Good lad."
And then I'll pick the barrel up. I'll pick the barrel up that he wants me to pick up.
He goes, "Good lad. That's the first test. Now throw it in the air and hit it from 20 feet away. Trust me." And he winks at you.
I will throw it as high as I can. High and like arcing out. Yep.
As it lifts up, he tells you, he's like, "Now punch it."
And I throw a punch.
You throw a punch in the air, not quite knowing, but somehow it's almost like muscle memory. Your fist fires off using something very similar to Ring of the Ram. You can feel force energy magically pounding away from the back end. Your fist flies out 20 feet, smashes it to pieces, and then retracts by the chain. He says,
Yeah.
"So my infusion worked, did it, lad?"
Oh yeah. Tirth has a big ass smile on his face right now. Like
Kalima's
He's like, "It's not
you can keep.
it's
my
not
hand.
permanent, but it'll help."
Kalima's eyes are wide. She's like, this is the coolest thing she's ever seen. She's seen these before, but never in action, and she's just like, this is amazing.
Egida looks on with visible. He's visibly impressed.
He
Note
looks
though,
over
Zach, you're gonna regret giving that to him.
No, he says, "Go ahead and punch this barrel," and he rolls over another barrel.
I'll punch it.
You score a nat 20 just because it's to describe the item. You score a nat 20, you do your fist damage, and you also get a free attack, which is pistol damage. And you notice that the two hollow knuckles fire off in like a shotgun blast, and it blows the thing to pieces.
What?
He takes your hand and reloads it. So basically, it is a arcane propulsion arm. You can go ahead and add it to your inventory. Also, it works very similar to a gun blade. That when you score a nat 20, you get a free attack, which is a pistol attack. Tame looks at you and he says, "It's what I can do for now, lad. It'll last until you get your own arm back." But he says, "I can hold on to this infusion. However," he says, "if I die, you've only got about 4 days for it to work. It requires a lot of upkeep."
Tirth will look at him and be like, "I appreciate what you can do, and if you can teach me any of this upkeep, I'll help you out."
He looks over at Haley and he says, "It's in the book I gave you."
Okay. Is that home?
Sam's going through all the stuff. He's handing the armor.
Oh, nice.
You guys lock in the armor. Everyone can now be armored.
Quick,
Everyone. He looks.
hold on. Sorry.
Go ahead.
How's Egida doing on health?
I don't think I took any damage. Yeah, I'm
I'm like
full.
halfway down. I'm halfway down.
Okay.
I took a lot of damage because I was doing some stupid shit.
I know you were.
I'm-
Is who is? Oh, sorry. Kalima is knocked out. Am I correct?
No, I revived her. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
I remember
yeah.
spending like a fuck ton of lay on hands on her.
Yeah.
Kalima, what is your hit point total at?
Right now it's 30.
30. Sorry, I have to change the
No,
stats.
you're good. Because Turth carried me out, and then when we actually got out of jail, Ada healed me. And then I healed Turth, but I know. I'm just trying to figure out which spell to use.
Gotcha. So, anyway, Tame sits there and finishes his infusion. Artificers are broken. That's why there's very few of them in my game. He fixes it all up. He mentions something about requirement of the Magidust. If you guys can break down some magic items, he could make it more permanent, but it's not right now. You guys look, and Sam's just pulling out. You guys get fully armored. Sam pulls out a whole bunch of other stuff and starts handing you your weapons, hands you some of your gear, and then at the very end he goes, "What's this?" And he pulls out a small, looks like it's a small cylinder with a tapered tip to the end, and it says, it has engraved your name here on it.
Your name here.
Mm-hmm.
Can I do an investigation check on this?
Yeah, he hands it to you.
I would assume it's a bullet.
It's definitely not. Bullets are round.
Ting.
You're used to seeing round bullets, small balls. This
Oh.
looks like something else completely.
A 13.
A 13, investigating it and taking a look, you don't quite know what this is at all. It does smell like gunpowder. That is strange.
Okay.
And it looks like it's made of some kind of brass and copper casing. So he says, "Whose is this?"
I don't recall ever seeing this.
He looks confused. Tame looks at you all and he says, "So what's our next plan?"
We gotta stop Alazio from leaving. Running away like a little pussy.
Alright, but how are you going to do that, lass?
Didn't you get some kind of a gate?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I did.
Turth has everything.
Turf is gonna pull out his cubic gate he won on the casino trip,
Yeah.
and I am
Can I do an Arcana check on it to see if this might help us out in this situation?
What, the Arcana Gate?
Yeah.
Sure.
Actually, while we're doing this and all this is going on, Kalima's gonna cast Mass Healing Word at a 4th level, so everyone can get 2d4 plus 2 to their health.
I got a 16.
Tirth, do you have the properties of the Arcane Gate written down?
I just have to have the cube.
You just have to have the what?
It's the cube. It's the cubic gate. I don't need any materials. It's just that I can.
He's asking, do you know what it says?
Oh, do I know what it says? I was
Yeah.
reading it. And it's saying it's between planes. It's not. I thought it was teleportation as well, but it's just
Oh.
between planes. It's I can cast gate at level 9 or plane shift at level 7.
Very handy. Haley takes a look at it, and without casting Identify or anything like that, you can make rough guesses at what it does, but unfortunately, never heard of it before.
Okay.
as you guys are all sitting there talking and everything else, you guys notice that there's a strange red dot on Tame's face.
A strange red dot.
Yeah, it's like a little red dot, and it starts going like about there to there.
Does it look like a light?
You sit there and you squint to kind of look at it, and you hear. And just when you hear the crack, all of a sudden you just see the back of his head pops open, and all of his brains just exit the back end of it.
Yeah.
His face crushes in, and he falls down to the ground. Thud, thud.
4 days.
4 days.
We should
I
probably
pre-rolled
get
it.
out of here.
It was really sad.
Do we have a revivify spell?
Maybe.
Do we?
She's cleric.
I'd like to figure out where the shot came from.
Yeah, as soon as the bullet comes through the glass and I see that, I'm like getting into cover opposite way the bullet came, and then trying to peek around to find out where it came from.
Making a perception check, you two.
Yes. Do I have the spell slots for it? Hold on. That's not the spell I wanted.
19.
How about you, sir?
I got a 14.
14. With a 19, 14, you look and you can generalize to a 45-degree angle. Egeta looks over and you can pretty much identify a pretty narrow location. You've got roughly about a 12% spread. You're like, I think I know. And you can look and you can definitely see the higher up buildings.
Okay.
Okay, so I have Revivify. It would be my last 3rd level spell slot. However, it does say that it can't return.
It requires a.
It can't return to life a creature that has died of old age, nor can it restore any missing body parts.
Yeah, so we have to make sure we get all of it within a minute if we try to do this.
Here's my head.
It has to be within 1 minute, so if we're going to try and revivify them, we got to do it now, but we also kind of need to leave this spot before we're all killed.
Yeah.
So, Kalima will do it if you want her to.
I'm gonna take at least a piece of what he had. A piece of him, so that maybe in the future somebody can do a true resurrection.
Maybe. What piece do you take?
Who should I take? His thumb.
Take his thumb?
Yeah.
So, one of the first things that you notice when you go down, you guys have never really touched Tame. He's always touched you. You go to take his thumb, and you notice that it feels kind of strange and almost, how do I put it? It looks very strange. Like, as you're sitting there holding on to it, you're like, okay. And you take your knife to go cut, and it goes and cuts to the bone, and it doesn't cut through the bone. But he doesn't bleed at all from his hands.
Well, he's also dead, so.
You sit there and take a look, and giving it a small tug, you can tell that he's been using a prosthetic right arm. When it pulls it off, you notice that there's a fully done right arm underneath it, but it's much, much shorter. Much more bulky than the arm that he had.
Okay. I take part of the actual arm very quickly.
You do. You smash off you cut off the thumb and have to break the bone to take it and put it in your pack.
Yeah.
There,
We
you just take,
we have all of our armor, correct?
you what?
We have all of our stuff?
Yep,
Um,
and equipped.
hold on. I have a quick question because I casted Mass Healing Word. I rolled for it, and with my bonus, it's 8 points of healing. Can I heal myself with that spell?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I just had to double check. So I'm up to 38 points of health now.
So yeah, the strange prosthetic looks pretty similar, like a pulley system, something like that.
Okay.
Alright. Now these people are really gonna die.
Haley's out for blood.
First they killed Barry.
Toad kind of does a little like
Alright.
not used to it. Just
How do we think that we're gonna get there in 30 minutes as you're doing that? Nothing? No one? No ideas? I can get one person there with me.
Well, we should at least, very least, move from here. What part of town are we in? Are we in a rougher part of town or a fancy part of town, Zach?
You're very close to the intersection of Rosetown Abbey where it meets with the rest of the town. More of the northern section of the map. Where the
how long
governor
would it take us to get to the elevator?
to the elevator that's been constructed. You're taking
Yeah.
a look at that. Roughly about 20 minutes.
No, it's
Do we know if it's a portal or if it's an actual like elevator?
It's an actual piece of machinery.
Okay.
You can see it on the horizon. It's not that difficult to see, like, when the rooms go up and everything. They're fired off with some kind of, like, almost like rocket propulsion.
So,
Okay.
Kalima will offer. She's like, we could use the sewers. I can navigate us through and get us to most parts of town. It would get us out of the line of fire, because we should probably move or we'll end up like your friend over here. And
You
she'll
guys hear
gesture to
Yeah.
name.
from the background. No one gets hit, but you guys see a section of the wall just buckles and a whole bunch of debris falls out.
Okay. Well,
So
let's
moving.
move as quickly as we can. Can you get us there in 20 minutes? Because he's leaving. We have to try to get there as quickly as possible. I know that we can get there on foot here. It'll just be risky.
Okay, out of character. Would Kalima be able to get them there within 20 minutes?
Sewers are way more windy. They take a lot longer.
Okay.
It's probably looking closer to an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Gotcha. She will shake her head and she's like, I can get you there, but not in 20 minutes.
I could get there instantly, but I can only take one person.
Well, I mean, if you and
We could
Turf
try and
want to go
we could
first,
try and or like we could try and stall and destroy the machinery. We're running, by the way, obviously.
well, maybe not running.
Oh,
but-
you are? No one announced that to me.
I said let's get the fuck out of here while we to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, Haley said we're moving. Or I guess Amanda said that.
We are moving. Let's do this as we're discussing whether or not going in the sewers or staying on top ground is going to be faster.
Well, staying on
Any-
top.
Turth is like, we're just gonna stay up. We can get there in 20 minutes. Let's go.
What is that going to think?
I don't know this city as well as you all do. I'll follow your lead.
Isn't there a faster mode of transportation than just on foot?
How far are we from the manor?
If you guys booked it and are able to dodge everything else, you can make it in 15 if you all out sprint towards it.
I'm gonna take a look in my bag. Didn't Dozer have a whistle? We have a whistle for Dozer.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a look in my bag.
I thought Dozer
Yeah.
died.
Dozer.
No, he's very much alive.
Okay.
He's at the manor.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull out the whistle
Yeah?
and blow it.
And you.
Yeah. As we're running.
Okay. You guys hear another crack, but nothing seems to come from it on the bright side. Because I didn't make a model for that.
And then I'm gonna give the whistle to you. You have animal handling. I think you'll be able to control him a little bit better.
So Kalima's gonna watch this and she'll tilt her head to the side a little bit. She's like, "What's that do?"
Give
You'll
it a
see.
minute.
You'll see.
Okay.
There we go. Sorry, guys. Didn't anticipate you do that.
It's our quicker mode of transportation.
We're just full of surprises, Zach. It's fine.
I'm
I was
used
gonna
to
try to whistle to see if the horses would come. If we were that close, but 15 minutes we're not close enough for a whistle. I mean, unless you're in like Red Dead Redemption, but no.
Video game logic.
Dozer will be just fine.
Let me upload this real quick. And we're not going to worry about hit points for him thus far. That's going to be fun. Okay, so you guys take off and leave Tame there?
I have the thing, unfortunately, but we don't have the time to revivify him, put all the pieces back together.
Yep. So you just kind of like take one last look at him and take off?
I say a little prayer. Not that Haley's religious. Maybe you're not playing Shay.
Right.
Kalima will, as they start, as they left, she'll just be like, "May he rest easy."
Kind of try and hide him. Well,
Like right before.
kind of try to hide him a little bit before we left.
And as everybody's leaving, Turth is gonna like take a knee by him, and he's gonna cover him up with his bedroll.
Aww. Any final words?
I'll say to him, rest, you're a good man. And like kind of like ball my fist up that he just like gave me, and like just still in utter shock that I have a metal fist at the moment.
Go be with Gayer. Go join your friend.
Alright.
I will say a prayer to Bahamut and ask that he guide this soul to serenity.
So, two people can write on Dozer. That leaves a third person. Who's writing on Dozer, and what's everyone else doing?
Well, I gave the whistle to Turth and said that he'd be able to control him better. I think that Turth should definitely be on Dozer. Even though he can run quicker than everybody.
Well, if two people can ride on Dozer and Haley can Dimension Door, why don't two people just ride on Dozer and Haley Dimension Door with one other person?
Works for me.
Okay.
Take
So,
that.
who is Dimension Dooring?
Egada, do you want to
Turth will be like, I think Egada, you need to be with Haley.
I agree. So, Egada goes with Haley, and Kalima rides on Dozer with Turth.
Okay.
And Kalima is not sure how she feels about this. She was scared of the horses, and Dozer's significantly bigger than the horses.
Yeah, he is.
She's never seen something this big before. She's just like, oh my goodness.
Okay.
I'll try to calm Kalima down and say, you can't teleport with Haley because you and Haley will not have any protection from Turth and I. So it only makes sense that at least me or Turth gets there first.
That's fine. It's fine.
It'll be okay.
She's mostly
He's a gentle
nervous. He's what?
Turth will look
He's
at
a gentle giant.
Kalima and be like, trust me, it'll be fine.
It's like, okay. I mean, everything's been fine so far. It's just a terrifying new experience, but we've had a lot of those lately.
Okay.
Yep. Dimension door.
All right. Where are you dimensioning door
Open
to?
up the door. As close as I can.
Okay. Are you using the spell Dimension Door
Yes, I'm using the spell Dimension Door.
from your spell list?
Yes.
Okay.
And how is like the thing for Dozer? Is it like a little like strap handle thing that he has attached to him?
It's like a saddle essentially, mostly made of leather. Okay. Okay, 500 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Math. One of the most fun things of D&D.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this
Okay.
is totally off topic and out of character. Did you get inventory done the other day?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
For the record, you guys are doing it way too difficult. You can ignore 90% of the things that you guys are doing.
I'm just doing it the way that I was taught to do it.
I know, I weighed all the boxes at the same time. I literally stacked them up until it said air, and then took them off until it didn't say air, removed the boxes, put it in, was done. I mean, I needed Landon's help to kind of figure out some other things, but that's beside the point. Okay, so double checking a few things. 500 feet. Okay, so we're looking at you basically go a football field and a half with that spell. So you got to like 2 more of those to go.
Okay.
So you dimension
I assume
door-
we'll sprint the rest of the way.
Well, I have a couple other spell slots that I can spare to
Are
do it
you-
at least one more time.
Are you going to cast any more for that?
Huh?
Are you going to cast any more for it? Or start
No, I'll
spreading?
do the Dimension Door 2 more times. Or, yeah, 2 more times.
I'm going to go ahead and pause Egida and Haley right there. As Tirthalamule and Kalima are going through and traversing the area, you guys finally come to a blockade where you notice that there's a bunch of troops. And commoners. You can keep plowing through, but it's quite congested. What do you do?
Is Dozer big enough to jump onto the roofs?
Can Dozer roar?
Pretty sure they have a good jump speed from everything I remember. Let me look up the stats real quick.
I mean, we used it to kind of.
But he was climbing. This is, I'm going to jump on.
Okay. Looks somewhere in the neighborhood of 15 feet. Yes.
Turth is going to try to get Dozer to roar at the people in the way. Like all the commoners that are in the way.
Okay, let's do +4. Okay. He bellows out again. Like a bullet is essentially a majority mouth of creature. Like it's a huge hollow container. Just roar as it does. You'll notice that these commoners here, assuming they can move as a group, seem to run. The guards immediately start blowing whistles and running into place. Roll me initiative.
No. No.
Scuttle!
25.
He wants my burrito. You can't have it.
11.
11, 25 for Turth.
I'll put mine in for you.
Thank you, sir. The bullet will be going at Turth's turn because he's the first initiative of you guys. Holy shit.
But you can't really fit up here. Go away. Go away.
Scuttle is so silly.
Okay. All right. Top of the initiative is the bullet, which is being controlled by Turth. What do you do?
For the troops that are in the way, Turth is going to move and try to jump over the guards.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a strength check an athletics check for Dozer. He adds. Never mind. He gets it automatically. That's pretty dope.
Nice.
Ah. I have to ungroup this shit. Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay. So he leaps over. You guys are taken with it, taking your movement for your turns. You land on the other side as they're blowing the whistle and everything else. That's Dozer's turn. What do you do?
What do I do?
It's your turn.
What am I gonna do? Turth is. I can't move because he's moved. Turth is just gonna try and see who else is, if there's any more civilians in the way, and yell at them to get out of the way.
So these are constables.
Yep.
These are enforcers.
Alrighty.
And
Those are civilians.
commoners pretty much look like commoners.
But any commoner Turth sees, he's gonna yell, "Get out of the way!" to them. And
Okay.
can I really take a dodge action? I don't see why not. Yeah.
You take a dodge action.
Yeah.
Okay. Is at the end of Turth's turn?
Yes.
Thanks. There. All right. Suddenly, you see a swirl of energy, and it looks like a terrible chimera made of complete and utter light erupts before you. And a second one seems to do the thing. All the guards seem to be screaming and running towards you, and this guy right here. Oh my god, it's Shift C. Nope, not Shift C. It's Shift Ping. He cries out, Legion! Legion, we need you! It's the Ghost Slayers! They've escaped! And then the minute that happens, you hear the marching of troops, and these two beautiful-looking manticores made of light erupt in front of you. You're not quite sure what's going on there, but it does not look good at all. Let's see. That's what they're going to do. They're going to ready action. And then it's time for these guys to do their thing. one. This one is that one. Okay, good. This one will go ahead and run up to Dozer, and you see its glowing mana core seems to shift into primarily draconic form for a brief second for the first attack. It will attack Dozer. Failing the first attack, it now turns into more of a lion. It will hit Dozer that time for 10 points of damage. Okay, and then it looks over at Tirth, and it makes its final attack. And this time it will look more like a goat. Let's see, 15. 23 does hit you, I'm pretty sure. Am I correct?
Is that a disadvantage because of the dodge action?
I'm pretty sure you do get that, don't you, motherfucker? Dodge action. Okay, does an 18 hit you?
No.
I was going to say no, it doesn't. That's the first one's attacks. Second one is going to go ahead and... It's going to go ahead and move and rip into Dozer. Okay, Dozer is looking about a third of his life. But he's still kicking. That is their turn. Kalima, you're up.
She... Hold on, sorry. That doesn't make any sense. That's fine.
Kalima.
We'll do that. I'm sorry. I had to figure out which spell I was using. Well, are the chimeras, whatever they are they close enough that Kalima could reach out and touch one?
Yeah, you certainly can.
Cool. She's gonna do that and use vampiric touch.
Okay. All right, go ahead and I believe you have to make an attack roll. Am I correct?
I think so. It says the touch of your shadow-breathed hand can siphon life force from others to heal your wounds. Make a melee spell attack against a creature within your reach. On a hit, the target takes 3d6 necrotic damage, and you regain hit points equal to half the amount of necrotic damage dealt. Until the spell ends, you can make the attack again on each of your turns as an action.
All right. So there you go.
Okay, I rolled in an 11. Am I supposed to add something to it? Oh, wait. There it is. So that's going to be a 17.
Hit. Go ahead and roll me damage.
12.
12. So you sit there and you do 12 points of necrotic damage, and usually you're used to touching something and just withering away. You reach into this beam of sunlight as it sits there looking like the Manicore.
Mm-hmm.
It turns into almost a beautiful lion, too brilliant to even look at, like it hurts your eyes. You sit there and touch it, and you generate this black abysmal energy, almost like negative matter, and it just seems to shine against it too bright. You do no damage to the creature. All of a sudden, you hear in your head as the creature's sitting there with a big smile on its face, and it has that snake tail just kind of whipping in the background. It says, "I am the chosen of Lucentarius. You dare try to bring darkness to me?" What else do you do?
Well, that was technically her action, but she'll just kind of look at it and she'll just be like, I'm also of Lucentarius. Why are you attacking us?
You still have a bonus action to move. A bonus action. What do you do?
I mean, I could use my shield to shove him 5 feet away. Oh, wait,
Yeah,
no. I'm going to give Tirth Bardic Inspiration.
Bardic inspiration for Turf.
New character who dis.
I've
And 2 games that I've played it, I've gone down.
Bardic inspiration. Get your little model. What the fuck is going on there? I want to go and lock your place. Oh, because you guys aren't in place. That's why. Sorry. Alright, I've indicated Tirth as Bardic Inspiration. As indicated by that cool thing.
Yeah. Where did you get those from? I meant to ask last game so that I could, like, give a link.
Stole them online.
Okay, but from who?
They're actually physically something they have to sell, and I took their picture of it, and I cropped it using a website that makes tokens.
Okay, but if I want to go buy it from them, who do I go to buy the thing?
I will look it up.
Okay.
So, Kalima, Bardic Inspiration, describe how that looks for the rest of the people.
So she has that interaction, and she's just like, okay, and she'll kind of like, she's not really moving, but she squishes, like she'll scoot over in the saddle a little bit, but she just starts humming. It's actually a little louder than normal because they're outside and she feels like there's just a lot going on, so she hums louder than she normally would. Excuse me.
And then
That's why she hums.
Eventually I'll have an actual song that she hums. I just haven't found one that I like.
Yeah, well, the belch works for now.
She just belched really fucking loud, and Tirth was like, fuck yeah!
How we're doing this?
Okay. See. All right. Mandy, I'm gonna go ahead and pop that website in the thing because I stole their images, so might as well plug them. That should be in the Roll20 if you want to click it and buy us a whole bunch. Okay, so Kalima is now done. It's now the basic guard's turn. They're not used to seeing this shit at all. What they do. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're going to go ahead and level 3 attacks. No, they're going to level all 7 at Dozer. I don't see why they wouldn't. I'm not rolling that at all. +3. Okay. Every one of these guys moves into position with their musket and fires off a Dozer because he's a big scary thing. These guys will move to the side. This one will crowd around the edge. Let's see. He's an enforcer. He fires off a shot but misses, thank God. Poor Dozer. guys come running. But he has to all out. Okay, everyone seems to all out run or prepare an action. Okay, sorry, got a lot of guys to move.
Oh no, you're good.
Okay. So they run there. Okay, and then finally, you guys will hear a crack. Bang! Almost like a heavy snap. And all of a sudden, Kalima hears something miss, and then something hits the ground out about 20 feet in front of you.
She'll like as she hears it whiz by, she'll like turn and look to where the ground was, and she's like, "Oh, we need to get out of here. We need to get out of here right now." I guess I can't do it because it's not my turn, but that's fine.
Sadly, no. All right, Tirth, what are you going to tell Dozer to do?
Tirth is gonna. So the things in front of us, these right here, are
the glowing.
They're just. Are they glowing creatures, or is it just light?
If you were to take pure sunlight, like you know how it's too bright to look at, it hurts your eyes. Pure sunlight, and then give it like essentially the form of a chimera that seems to shapeshift in between all the different versions of critter that it is. That's what this is.
All right. How tall are the buildings?
You've got 40-foot buildings here, and there. The rest are about 10.
Okay.
Like it's just a one-story building. Also, if you want to go into a building, they're indicated by the doors. See how there's like a door there?
Do you think Dozer needs a door?
Dozer makes his own door.
It's very true. Dozer does make his own door.
I see all this happening, and Tirth is going to hang a very hard right.
And do what?
Run through the building.
Okay.
Oh wow, I like how the roof comes off.
10, 20, 25, 30. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and move the roof, and the guy was there on the roof. Dozer is going to move feet and go through it, and you guys blew a hole. Apparently this was a fishery.
And
Sorry, it takes a lot to move these things.
oh no, you're good.
Wonder, let's just keep it like that for now. Okay, so Dozer goes ahead and smashes through. He will get an attack of opportunity, or he will be attack of opportunity. First one's the A, second one's the D. Holy shit!
Oh.
Second one's the D, that's not good. At fucking all. Let's go. 20. And then the next one made an attack, which was a 10, 8. Oh, fuck, Dozer. That's from this one. Shit. Okay. So Dozer goes through and buries into it, and you just see, like, the rooftop the building explodes out, right? As he's burying into it. Just as he does and he starts going full tilt, these two glowing creatures start smacking into it. The first one does a paltry amount of damage, just like, if I can even indicate it. Doesn't seem to do much damage. Um, just hammers away at it, like hits it in the leg. It stumbles through it, rams through the front door. You see a whole bunch of people, like commoners, scatter and go. They have I'm trying to think of it, meat cleavers in their hand, cutting the heads off fish, throwing them into things of ice, and packaging them up. Dozer goes through. They all just book. They tumble over the tables and everything else. The first one clips its leg, and Dozer seems to move through. He hammers through it just fine. And then the last one, just as it goes through, it takes the mana core seems to shift a little bit more into the dragon, and it just puts its hand on the chest of Dozer. And as Dozer's rushing through, it just slices him from neck to groin. His intestines spill out. He falls down, and he falls down right there in front of you guys where he ends his movement.
Oh.
You rolled a nat 20 for an attack of opportunity. Did 20 damage on that alone. And that's Dozer's turn. Tirth, what do you do?
Oh shit. Tirth is going to rage because they just killed Tozer. And Tirth is then going to try to bust the wall down in front of him and continue running through.
Okay. Side note. There are things like doors here, see? I'm not opposed to you doing it. I just want you to know I did detail the map out enough to where it does represent if there are two doors. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Now, that being said, you want to rip a hole through this bitch?
Yeah, I do. Yep. That's a turn.
All right, go ahead and make me an attack roll. You should be able to hit it just fine. Let me get the...
Is it just unarmed, I'd assume?
If you're doing it with your bare hands, yeah.
Well, I mean, one of them is not a normal hand anymore, but you know.
That's true.
I have to roll on it.
Get ready to roll me damage. I'm going to take Link real quick.
Oh, yeah, I rolled a 22. With a 10, by the way.
It's gonna be the podium with the tomatoes all over again.
We broke Mandy.
You good, Landon?
Yeah?
Fucking raw damage did you goddamn just do? Hello?
Hey, oh, yep.
Yeah. How much damage?
I rolled a 22 to hit.
Okay. And how much did you roll for damage?
You just want me to do unarmed?
Yeah.
That'd be just 9 points of damage.
You smack into the wall with both hands, and you do break a large section of it out, but it doesn't look like it's complete enough for you to crawl through just yet.
So I'd like to attack it again.
Yeah. Okay. Make me attack roll. Roll me damage.
It's a 24, and that would be 9 more points of damage if I'm just using my unarmed.
The sections of this, it's a pretty crude shack. The walls are made of wood, and it's pretty sturdy wood, but they are in thinner planks. So you're basically breaking that out, and there is a 5-foot hole now that you may retreat from.
Like I can get through the hole.
It's Turth size.
Then it's gonna be bigger than 5 feet.
Nah, he's not 5 foot, wide.
Oh, I guess that's true.
He's damn close.
I forgot what it was to.
Tab.
Oh.
Oh no! Turth raged so hard the entire world moved.
I was gonna say you shook my world. Sorry, everything's on the map layer, so
No, you're good. I had to explain to Colton the whole podium and tomato thing.
yeah, you do. Okay, all right, Turth, you smash away. What are you doing for the rest of your turn? You've got your movement was on Dozer, so what's the rest you got going on?
Turth is going to pull out my longsword
Okay.
and kind of push Kalima to the side. Like, kind of sway her to where if, like, anything... well, it doesn't matter because... be it. Kind of almost shielding Kalima from what's going on. Like, because Turth knows they're going to come through the door. Or the hole that Dozer made. So Turth is ready in for that after that.
So we're not running?
We don't have any more movement because of Dozer. Since we were on Dozer.
Oh, I thought we had movement because we were on Dozer.
No, Dozer, whenever you are writing something, it essentially takes... it essentially moves, and that takes place of your movement.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, the two beasts of light rush in all of a sudden. The first one starts glowing more draconic, and the other one looks more like the lion with the snake tail. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do Mind Bolt on Turth real quick. And there's no way that fucking hits. That's great. Okay, 13 does not hit you.
No.
He's going to try to do basic physical damage. Rolls a nat 1, missing you, but the 18... 27 does hit you, am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, that is the bite attack. You take 10 points of piercing damage and a d10 of force damage.
You're raging.
So the force damage does 2 points of damage to you. You get to half the piercing damage. Unless you're Bear Totem. You're Bear Totem.
Yeah, I'm Bear Totem.
Take an additional point then. I apologize.
Oh no, you're good.
Okay, now the other one is going to go ahead. Okay, the other one that seems to stand up a little bit more and start growling is going to go ahead and spend his action to move into place in case you guys start running to attack of opportunity. Okay, they're doing unknown stuff. You don't get to see. Kalima, your turn.
So she's gonna kind of like ready herself. She's got her shield, she's got her mace, but she's gonna look at these creatures and she's gonna be like, please, we're only trying to help. You're descended from Lucentarius. I worship Lucentarius. We are only trying to help the people of Dathersport. We mean no harm. If you could just let us go, we'll be on our way. There doesn't have to be any more fighting for this.
You hear in your head, then surrender. The Legion has spoken.
She'll look at Turth and go, do you want to surrender to the Legion?
Turth is like, you haven't seen Turth this way very much. So he's like, raging, obviously angry. You know, probably the blood vessels in my eyes are like throbbing. I have a little vein going through my forehead. Anyways, he's just in like, let's do this.
She'll be like, I'll take that as a no, and she's gonna cast Sacred Flame at the one that is in front of her.
Which one? Go ahead and ping it for me.
This one.
So you cast Sacred Flame?
Target must succeed a dexterity saving throw or take 1d8 radiant damage.
Does a 22 succeed?
Probably.
Okay.
Hold on, where? Yes, because the saving throw was a 14.
Okay. So I take half damage, am I correct?
No.
For the one.
Sacred Flame doesn't.
Oh no.
No.
Yeah.
It's save or nothing.
Yeah, you don't take any damage.
Okay. So you take it and you notice that the snake in the back seems to get glowing eyes, but then he just kind of smiles real big. What else you got, Kalima?
She'll use her bonus action and, if I can remember where I'm going on my stupid character sheet, she's got Shield Master, and so she'll take in that same one that she attacked. She's just going to take and try and shove him back.
Okay. It's an opposed strength check, am I correct?
I don't know.
Athletics or acrobatics?
It just says, if you take the attack action on your turn, you can use a bonus action to try and shove a creature within 5 feet of you with your shield.
Right. Sadly, you didn't take the attack action. You cast a spell.
Oh, that's not... Oh, okay, never mind. That was still my action, though.
You need the Warcaster feat to go along with that.
Yeah.
What else you got, Kalima?
She's just gonna ready herself to with her shield and everything because she knows an attack is gonna come soon.
Okay.
Mhm.
Going to square up there.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit, there's so many fucking models. I don't know what to do.
It's your own fault for putting so many on the map.
Well, it's my fault for letting you guys level to be such high level to where you need shit like
We haven't leveled.
Well, you're 10th level.
14 weeks.
Hey, guess what? You have leveled because you've at least leveled 10 times because you're 10th level, so I don't want to hear it. And this is what 10th level gets. If I have 11, there's more creatures on the map, so don't give me that. Okay, and they are... Okay. There, that, and that. These people run. Boop. Boop. They're getting the fuck out of Dodge. Okay. And let's see. That is the constable's turn. They all ready an attack to fire. Okay. We're going to go ahead and take a smoke break and do round 3 when we come back.
Cool. Now we're
All
good.
right.
Whoops.
All right. We're back. So top of the initiative. Tirth.
Turth is going to pull out his greatsword
Okay.
and try to charge through this guy.
Okay. Let's see. That's going to count as a push action. So go ahead and make me an opposed athletics roll. You get advantage because you're raging.
Athletics is that'd be a 22.
Where do you push him? Ping it.
I will kind of push him off to over here. Kind of like put both my arms around him, like with my sword out, and just push him. Not trying to hit him, just pushing him out of the way.
He slams up against the wall. Oof! And that's one attack. What else do you do?
Going to go through the hole at this point.
Okay.
And yeah, and continue on. To there, yeah. Yelling at Klima to, we still gotta go. We still gotta go. We gotta go.
And what else are you going to do?
I'll
Creatures
push him.
are gonna go-
I'm gonna push him as well.
Okay. Go ahead and make me an opposed athletics.
$28.
He definitely gets pushed. Where are you going to push him? 5 feet back?
Yeah, just 5 feet back.
Awesome. The creatures will make an attack against you. The first one will miss. The second one, does seem to hit you. You're going to go ahead and take 11 piercing damage and 6 force damage. Half all that because you're raging and you're broken bear. Hey
At
man,
least it's not a Kalistar barbarian.
no, it's not. It's very well made. It's one of those things where unless you're in a specific situation, it doesn't hurt as much. Okay, and then is that your turn, Turth?
Yes.
Okay.
I yelled to Klima that we gotta go.
Okay. On their turn, the creature is going to use a squeeze action to get in the way of Kalima, trapping her inside. I will deal my attacks in a moment. The Legion troops are going to swarm Turth.
I thought they were gone.
This group is going to move.
Why? Why does that always happen?
What is with the scribbly scribbles?
I was trying to do something else and I clicked the wrong button.
Okay. All right, the creature. The first one is the A. The other one is the other one. Okay. I don't know why I attacked once because I get 3 attacks. So let me reroll 1, 2. Okay, your AC is 18.
Mine?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, you're gonna go ahead and take 11 piercing damage, 6 force damage.
You said 11 and 6?
Yep.
Okay.
So 17 total. You're going to take 8 plus 7, so 15 points of damage for the claws. If you need me to break it down, I can.
No.
You notice that these creatures, when they hit you, they seem to hit with like a reverberating force before they actually claw you or bite you.
Is that it, or is there more?
The second one's going to attack too.
Cool.
Okay, that one 8, 9, 10. That one misses with his bite. But hits you with the Mind Bolt and a Claw. So you're going to go ahead and take 22 points of psychic damage.
I'm down.
Its tail raises up, and you see the snake on it gets like kind of a glowy look. And it just looks at you, and its eyes shine as the brightest white. You feel your retinas burning as you're like, oh shit! Your brain is racked with pain, and you fall down. The creature will go ahead and hit you when you're on the ground. 2 failed death saving throws.
Fuck.
And that's their turn. The other ones will poise and ready in action against Turth.
So I get 2 failed
Failed.
death saves.
Yes, you do.
Cool!
Yeah. All right. It's now Kalima's turn. Which means you make me a death saving throw.
That's a 10.
Okay. Well, 10 is a success on the bright side. I'm pretty sure, so I think you're okay there. Double check it, but that's 1 success, 2 fails. All right, the constables. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 attacks on Turth. Spend their bonus action to reload. And what do you know? Bullets just ring out and go to hit Turth. Some of the bullets hit, but they'll exit and do virtually no damage to a barbarian such as yourself. The other ones clang off against the ground. It's just bang, 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 bang. Just tons of smoke go off from pistols and muskets. And Turth just doesn't seem to be worried about that as you're looking back at Kalima getting sandwiched as these 2 light beasts just smash into them. Okay, that's their turn. I'm going to do a little bit of moving, but aside from that, at that point, it's going to be round 2, or round, oh my god, round 4. Turth, as I'm moving the bad guys. What do you do?
Turth is going to do a quick look around and see that he is terribly outnumbered, seeing that Kalima is down. Turth is going to disengage
Okay.
and say, I'll surrender if you let me get her to these guys.
Okay, what else do you do?
I mean, that's me surrendering. Like,
Okay.
I'm surrendering, so I can't do a dodge action to be safe. But no, I'll take it.
Okay. Your rage will end because you have not attacked nor taken damage. Okay. So the troops sit there, and one of the troops will yell, hold! And the 2 beasts will go like they're going to like put Kalima's head in its mouth, and they just wait. And he says, where are the rest of your friends? Bad guys will ready a turn to decapitate Kalima.
I'll say they're already there.
They dare face the full might of the Legion? They're fools. Looks like now they'll be attacking. They'll be sorry. He says it looks like now they'll be committing their terrorist attack without two of their great allies. Get down on the floor.
Turth will take a knee.
They take. He takes a knee. They say, "On the floor, kiss the grass."
As Turth is laying down on the grass, he's looking at where Kalima's at.
They walk up above Turth as he's sitting there with his face in, like, just as he's sitting there staring at you. You see one clicks a pistol bullet and puts it to the back of his head, and then looks up at you, gets a great big smile, and then they'll club him over the head. I will use the Dead to Rights rule to knock you out. You're at 0 hit points. The two beasts are sitting there with Kalima's head in their mouth, and as you see, they just hit him over the head, and he just goes completely out, which is strange for such a strong barbarian.
Well, Kalima's unconscious, so she's not seeing anything.
Okay. Well, it's like fading in and out.
Ah, okay.
Okay. And that's that. Egida. Haley. You guys teleport. Poof. You guys teleport. Poof. You guys look up at the machine that is careening in the sky, sending people to the Elven city above Dathersport. What do? You've got the last teleport left, and it should bring you right to one of those cars if you so wish.
I think we should teleport probably about 20 feet away from it, and then try and stealth.
Okay. I agree.
You're going to go ahead and do that?
Yes.
Okay. So you go ahead and you try to teleport where you think would be safe. Okay, let me grab your models real quick, because I thought you guys were going to be fighting on the other side. We're going to control C. Okay. So, you guys 20 feet away from it. I'm going to put you about roughly there.
Excuse me.
Can you describe this structure to me?
I sure can. It looks like some unholy abomination of magic and technology. This particular thing, made mostly of elven construction, seems to be, let's see, it's about 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. It's about 80 foot wide. So for a 40-foot radius, 80-foot diameter. It's made of beautiful panes of glass, and in some places the glass is kind of like a mosaic or a stained glass, showing elves helping mankind, and mankind being depicted as some disgusting creature. There is a couple of horses. It looks like there's lots and lots of caravans, not caravans, but supplies being loaded up onto these. They'll come down, and it seems like they go into the ground until it reaches the top one. And you notice that there's a whole bunch of aristocrats that will go on, and it looks like through the glass you see dining tables, and they go through and they sit down. It's basically a vertical train. And then a few seconds later, the magic will coalesce into these Magitech engines, and you'll see it just fire down and provide force energy and flaming energy, and the thing will sail straight up into the sky. The next one will come into place and lock into place and be very similar. It'll, within a few seconds, burn up and then just fire on up. And then you notice that they'll load supplies on some of the other train carts, essentially. You will notice that they link them up about 4 at a time before they fire them on up. And in one case, they loaded up about 7 train carts full and then fired up. The place is absolutely swarming with Legion troops, with constables, and also with enforcers. What do you all do?
Okay. I am going to try and stealth.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a stealth check, both of you.
I only got a 6.
Ugh. 6. Haley?
Seeing if I had a certain spell prepared. I do not have a spell prepared, damn it. Okay. Yeah. I'm sure it is. 13.
Okay. So you guys go up, and again, this place is literally crawling with them everywhere. You try to like sneak up and move behind a couple boxes, and when you start moving across a couple other boxes, and you'll notice that there's a bunch of Legion troops that say, "Halt!" They start marching up to Agatha and Haley. We saw you there. Show yourself, or we'll make it really ugly. Sergeant, prepare a fireball.
I made no harm. I just seek refuge.
This is a restricted area. Show yourself. Hands up. Hold that fireball, Sergeant. You'll notice that it's a bunch of Legion troops, and one of them has arcane marks all over his Legion armor, and he's sitting there holding the small bead of fireball in his hand. Haley shows herself.
Yeah?
The other one, the lizard.
I'll walk out.
Takes one look. You said you seek refuge. What is the meaning of this?
I've heard that many people are trying to escape up to the Legion, and we need to get away from here.
Deception check.
It's an 8.
An 8.
Yeah.
He takes one look at you, kind of cross. You hear someone yell, Governor Alazio, preparing to board. They take a look at you, and he just shakes his head. Lizard, show yourself.
I did.
He takes a look at you. He looks at your clothes for a brief second. He makes a religion check, and he fails horribly. How much you want to bet? He fails horribly. He takes a look, and he doesn't quite recognize the religious mark, but he seems to mistake it for Lucentarius, and he says, Paladin of Faith is appreciated. This is a restricted area. You two need to leave.
We came only to see off Governor Alazio.
He looks kind of confused. Why would he care who you are? And then one of the other guys looks over at Haley and says, she looks familiar. And then they're
They
just
don't really know what Haley looks like as an elf. I haven't been there that long, so.
it just looks kind of familiar. Well, yeah, the other guy looks over and says, why would Alazio care if you see him off? State your business.
We're old friends.
He looks it looks like it's going from the like, you're not allowed here and we're going to fuck you up, to the whole like, oh shit, maybe he's going to say goodbye to somebody. Like, he looks kind of surprised and still very guarded, but he looks at you. Make me a deception check.
I'm not lying.
You are misleading him. You are really here to either arrest, apprehend, or kill him. not to see him off. So that is a
In other words, to see him off. We want to wish him farewell.
no matter how you
I'm not lying.
well,
Do I have to make a deception check when I'm not lying? I'm a
Well-
paladin. Paladins don't lie, bro.
that is lying by omission. Now make me the same check with disadvantage, please. I asked for it, and you know it needed it.
I'll take 10.
Okay. He takes a look at you. What is your roll with 10? Or what is your with 10 success?
13.
Watch this asshole fail this. He's going to botch it huge. Actually, no. He rolled
Aw.
pretty good. He takes a look and he looks like he's unsure. He's like, "You're going to have to forgive me, Master Paladin. I don't feel like taking any chances today while Governor Alazio is going."
Would you escort us? Therefore, you can keep an eye on us.
Make me a persuasion check. Oh, and since he is religious and has mistaken you, that one's actually at advantage.
Nice.
I rolled the exact same roll twice.
Oh,
So it's gonna be a 16.
16. Okay, versus his insight. Fuck. He looks like he's gonna say no, but he clears his throat and he says, would you be willing to give over your weapon, sir?
Sure.
And now he makes an intelligence check to see if he knows what a spell component pouch is. Well, this guard is now getting fucking promoted. That's some pretty nice rolling for a change for me, guys. He says, and spell component pouches.
I'll hand it over.
He looks at Haley.
Oh, you asked for the sir. Okay. Fine.
They'll take your weapons, and the other guy's holding Fireball still, and he takes you and he says, right this way. Sorry, you can't be too careful. It's been said that there's going to be an assassination attempt.
Assassination.
Yeah, someone's trying to kill Alazio. At least that's the rumor.
That would be a tragedy.
So they'll clear again. There's tons of Legion troops around, and you see Alazio. 5 feet behind him is a giant metal creature. Make me a knowledge arcana or an arcana check, please, both of you, because you both have it.
That's a nat 1.
God damn it, Landon.
I know.
Okay, I got a 27.
Haley recognized it immediately. You've read a little bit, and these kind of things make you drool. Some arcane casters get these manuals that enable to tell you how to create one of these. This is a shield golem, being that is made essentially to safeguard spellcasters and high dignitaries. They're really cool because you could stab the person in the heart, and he'll survive, and the creature will take damage. They usually have a necklace attached to it that establishes control, but you do not see a necklace around Alazio's neck whatsoever. You're not sure what that's about, but you can tell this may not be as easy as originally thought. He's also surrounded by the defenders. You see Alexander and Tor and all the other guys. The only one you don't see is Leon. Not your Leon, Landon, my Leon.
I was gonna say, why would we see Leon?
The
He did.
The sniper Leon, not Leon the raccoon, Leon
that's
the
because
professor.
Leon's trying to kill us.
Not surprised.
He's surrounded by them, and he's walking up, and you hear the guy walks up with you all, and he goes, "Hail, sir! There's some individuals that would like to say goodbye to you. They told me that they were well known to you." And Alazio will stop in his tracks and turn for a brief second. Looks over. I do not know these individuals. Starts walking up. Alexander stands in front of him. He looks over at Haley for a brief second. He tries to recall because he's not familiar with Haley 100%.
I don't think anybody's really seen me yet.
Big Sal.
He takes that look and he says,
Well, Alazio might be semi-familiar with Haley, but definitely not as an elf.
He's seen me once as an elf.
yeah, he takes a look over and squints a little bit and looks a little, it's like one of those things, oh, I run a city. I see 1 million people a day, and I've seen her twice. So he takes a look and he squints and he goes, Lazio appreciates you coming. What do you have to say?
I'm gonna kind of look to Egida.
Give me a minute. I haven't thought this through.
What the heck? I had this all written down. Oh, wait, nope, there it is. It's right in front of my face. Never mind. So since Landon's thinking, I have written down that Lalure is the sniper.
Oh, sorry. Lure?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah, I
based,
think you can call it Leon because Leon was there. at the
based
party at
on
the time.
Leon the Professional, so... Okay, Lure. Thank you, Mandy.
I've come to wish you happy travels. And even though our paths may not take the direction that we wish, it's important not to betray ourselves.
He looks at you for a brief second. Alazio feels very much the case. I feel like Alazio feels like making Gathersport great is become what he is.
Hopefully you do not betray more friends along the way.
Kind of gets the squint on. Alazio has no friends anymore. He's been betrayed too many times.
Damn! Ouch!
Then perhaps you should seek forgiveness.
Alexander lifts his hand up a little bit, and you see his sword becomes like a blue glow that will come into his hand, and he's holding it reverse style. He just kind of stands there.
I'll ignore it.
Alazio would like to know your name, Dragonborn. Alazio does not recognize you from these lands.
Name is Egida Ural of the Godslayers.
At that point, that's going to be an initiative. All right.
Ah! Sorry, that was really good, Landon. That was really good.
Was really good.
I was nothing.
I was not anticipating this to roll out like that.
Robin, he already said he doesn't tell lies.
Okay. I hate to say it, but I have to do a little setup. Can we take a 10 minutes so I can smoke and then come back and make tokens? Because I didn't anticipate. I definitely didn't think this would go that far that quick. We're gonna have a battle. I may even have to reprint a map and take and juxtapose something else. So, can we do that, kids?
That you're the
Sure.
GM. We can do whatever you want.
Okay. All right. BRB. Okay. So, this guy right here is
Hold
a
on,
giant...
mine's still loading.
Okay.
Okay, there we go.
This guy right here is the Shield Guardian. He stands about 10 feet, 11 feet tall. He has the head of a robot-looking kind of minotaur, but a fairly humanoid-style body. These guys are essentially the Musketeers, the defenders that you guys had originally hired. Tor is one of them as well, and so is Alexander. They're the first two.
Is there a reason I can't see the... Okay, there it goes. Wait. Like, I can't see the whole bottom portion.
You might need to zoom in a bit. It does get that way from time to time.
No, you just have it cut off.
Oh, I don't have it cut off. I can't cut it off, Amanda.
No,
No, whenever you zoom out, or zoom in, it clips it completely instead of being able to adjust it.
I think it's more of
So
a Roll20 issue.
Yeah.
I zoomed a little bit, and I got a little bit more. I have Haley at the very bottom. Is that the bottom of the map?
Yep, that is.
Okay.
Okay, so, like I said, this fucking guy is the Shield Guardian. This guy is Alazio.
I love it.
These guys are the defenders. You already know what the Legion troops look like, etc. So, I'm pretty sure when you said God Slayers, it meant go time, so let's go ahead and get initiative rolling. In order of importance. That sucks. That's good, at least. You guys should be able to survive at something like that. Descending order, top of the initiative. Egida, what is your dexterity modifier?
+2.
Okay, you are first.
I will take the dodge action, and I will say to Alazio, I say, hold on, I had this thought out and I totally forgot. I'm brain farting.
That's okay.
If you wish to strike down us two unarmed people, I will not stop you. If you wish to rule through fear, I cannot stop you. But as you told me before, there are always more heroes. And it's only a matter of time until someone more powerful than the Godslayers takes issue with your actions. And that will be my turn.
Oh, snap!
That was really good. Not only am I going to give you a inspiration for that.
Haley, gain inspiration. I already have it from last game with my Turth not cheating on Hrothon comment.
Oh,
Forgotten about that!
I forgot about that. Okay. So it's inspiration too. Landon, go ahead and make me an intimidation roll. Or
Intimidation. Okay.
You may also make me a persuasion check if you prefer. Which one you choose will change what happens.
Well, I'm proficient in persuasion, so that's going to be my role.
He doesn't want to start a fight. He just saying how it is.
Gonna burn my inspiration.
Okay.
That will be a 23.
Nice.
23. He sits there and
I love it.
he looks kind of down based on your comment. Is it the end of your turn?
Yes. I took the dodge action and then I monologued.
So he looks at you and he takes his plague mask off and you see the handsome man underneath. Alazio understands how you feel. However, Good people never see their likeness in stone. Good people never see anything good come. What I'm doing, I did for her memory. He will go ahead and he will walk away. And he will say, leave them alive. And the monstrosity will move as well. As he's walking off, and he says, so he'll say, leave them alive, and then he'll like, when he gets into the machine, you see the glass is getting ready to cover him. He says, you speak the truth. Alazio very well may be taken out, but not until he builds a better tomorrow. And then the glass will, and it'll start up. Shit, he forgot his men. That was stupid of him. Haley, you're up.
Good job, Alazio.
Haley really doesn't want to stand down. She really doesn't, but she knows that's what she needs to do. I'm not gonna ready anything. I'll take the dodge action just in case I'm attacked. You know, like, with... You know. Other than what he said. But I will... I mean no ill will. I'm not gonna hurt anybody.
Okay. Haley waits up. It's now Alexander's turn. He sits there and he has the thing going. He sees him go and he looks over at you and he says, it's been a pleasure, mon cher. And he will... Checking something. He will turn and Misty Step, as well as Tor will Misty Step because Alazio was a dumbass. The other guys go take you into custody. Okay. The troops, seeing that the fire goes off, will have to move from the rocket plane. Not plane, but from the rocket area.
The launch pad.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Move. The thing goes off and starts to rocket, and you see it starts to go up. And Alazio's sitting there smiling as the guys go up, and they start getting ready to lock you guys in handcuffs. As the thing starts to rocket up, and he looks down at you smiling in that victory and starts to go up, you hear a very familiar voice say, "Now that's not the Godslayers I know and love." About that time, the place will be flooded by silver sabers, skull anvils, and oh my god, how could I forget the other group?
Shankill Slaughterers.
Thank you, the Shankill Slaughterers. They all seem to show up, and you guys see Vorig starts to walk forward, missing the bullet from his eye.
Oh my god!
And he says, What? You find a body that has my eye in it, and you think it's me? And then you look, and you see Alazio looks like completely distraught. And as the rocket rocket train starts to fire up and everything, he says, he sees it go up and he says, "You lose all hope because I was gone?" He says, "We own these streets. Now let's show them a thing or two." As that happens, the rocket fires up. This thing goes huge into the air, and you see there's an explosion on 2 of the turbines. And he gets a big smile and he says, "You honestly can't think that you can make something like that without the best blacksmith in the town, can you?" And you see it starts to careen down towards the ground. Alexander and Tor grab Alazio and will teleport again. And the people rush on up. There's people draw blades, people draw pistols, but it's an absolute it's flooded with people. Egida and Haley are torn apart from the other defenders, and pulled back as both gangs just start ripping into it. Silver Sabers are doing their best. One of the overweight ones goes through and let me double check my dice. It was on my phone. Emergency dice roll.
We have Vorig's eye, though. That's what the thing is with your name here.
No, the thing your name here was a bullet. It was just, you guys don't know what a bullet like that is made from because he's a gunslinger. He makes actual bullets like we know them. Your characters don't know those bullets.
But isn't that what Vorig had in his eye?
No, he had a ball, tiny
I
ball.
thought he had... Okay, never mind. I don't know
Yeah,
what
no,
I am.
he had a Renaissance-style pistol bullet in his eye.
Oh.
Because it's round, Mandy.
That makes way more sense. I don't know why.
They rush through and they will go ahead and pull you guys off. It looks like the fatter Silver Saber gets a couple licks in. Hold on. And then, based on the damage...
I'd like to find the guards that brought us up to the scene and just kind of give them a look to hand over my sword and mine and Haley's spell component pouches.
Yes!
Go ahead and make me a persuasion check.
Oh my god.
That is a 13.
Sorry, I'm throwing things on the floor.
I'll kind of like
Oh, I don't even have to.
flame in my hand because I don't need a firebolt to. I don't need any spell components to just cast firebolt. It's a cantrip, I know it. I'll just kind of flick some flames up in my hands and be like, "You want to double think that?"
Landon, if you'll go ahead and make that now with advantage. I rolled with disadvantage because he actually respects the Godslayers. Did I build this map?
My first roll was higher, so it's still a 13.
Okay. He got 3 plus 7. So he takes a look at you and he sees that, and he'll go ahead and throw the weapons down at your guys' feet and stand in front of the defenders and say, "Long live the Godslayers." And it's
Fight
just
with us. Fight with us. You know
You
what's
are-
right. I say fight with us. You know what's really right.
he looks at you and he says, "Get out of here." He says, "You'll find your time to get a Lazio, but it looks like this escape path is destroyed."
I'll look back at Haley and be like, we need to find Bartholomew and Kalima.
Yes, I agree.
Um,
I look to them and be like, "Have you heard anything of them?" Look to Vorig and ask, "Have you heard anything from them? Of them?"
Vorig gives you that big smile as he's sitting there, and he's got his top hat's off, and he's got his hair in like one of the leather caps so people can't grab his hair. And he's like, "A little busy right now, but he says, don't worry, we'll find him." And he gets in real close to you and, like kind of hits one of the guys with a blacksmith hammer. And he stands over you with his big tusk and he smiles and he looks down real low at you and he goes, "Where are we going to meet after this? We'll cover your retreat, but I need to know where we're going to find you."
The manor will be swarming with people.
I get that. We have to regroup.
Yeah.
The hideout in the red zone for the Silver Sabers.
He looks at you and nods, and he's like, "I'm really glad you two were the ones that came. I'm really glad you two came to join the Godslayers." He's like, "Now get out of here. We'll hold them off for a minute. We'll meet you at the rendezvous point."
Okay.
And-
I'm looking to see if there's anything that I can give him before I get out of here. I'm gonna grab a hold of my. No, it's not gonna help him as much because I'm sure he has a. Never mind. I was gonna give him mage armor, but I'm sure that he doesn't. A 13 plus his dex isn't gonna help him.
No, actually. At this point, because he hasn't been able to get back with his regular gear, right now that actually would help you or help him.
Okay, so as we walk past him, I will I'll shake his hand or like touch his shoulder, and then as he does, he'll get the mage armor.
Okay.
And that raises his AC. It's 13 plus its dexterity modifier.
Yeah, 13 plus dex.
Yeah.
Awesome. What else you doing?
Getting the fuck out of here. Casting that and bye.
I'll cast Shield of Faith on him as well. It'll give him +2 to his AC.
Keep up, Vorig.
Okay.
We
And
have to
based on
keep
my-
them safe.
based on my previously rolled rolls, once I apply all the modifiers to them too, the larger of the Silver Sabers that is fighting, he's a bigger guy. He's not in shape, but he actually strikes 2 Legionnaires dead.
Nice.
He does take heavy damage, but the other people can pull him away if I apply useful. So it looks like he looks back to you guys in approval, and you're not sure who it is, and you're looking at the body shape, and you're like, wait a second, is that? And he gets stabbed by some of the spears, but his men will pull him off. I'll waste the good rolls on that, because they're at the top anyway. Anyway, it's a pretty bloody fight other than that. They give you the retreat option. They're like, go. Go while you still can. We'll meet at the rendezvous point.
We take it. Trying to stay in range as long as we can so that our spells still benefit Vorig.
I don't think that I have to be.
Shield of Faith is only a 60-foot range.
Yeah, I don't have to be within a range. It lasts for 8 hours for him.
Okay.
And I'm not concentrating on it either.
Gotcha. Okay. So you guys are given the option to retreat and do so. Once you're past that and you're running around, you hear some people are whispering, "Did you hear? 2 of the Godslayers have been captured. They're going to be executed."
I wanna see if I can hear if they say where the Godslayers are going to be executed.
Investigation check.
Uh, 18.
Okay, with an 18 total.
17.
17 total.
Math is hard.
You can guess pretty much that even in these times, grabbing someone high profile and executing them pretty much after their capture is unlikely. These kind of things are usually made out to be spectacles. As far as if that's the intention, long term, you're not sure, but you're guessing it's probably more like hype and rumor than anything that they're being executed.
Okay. Do they look like they're guards or anything like that?
No, they're regular townsfolk for sure.
Alright. They wouldn't know what Haley looks like anyways, or Egda. Do you know where they're keeping them? Have you heard? I want to act like just another person.
The guy looks at you and he says, "Well, hear tell they broke out of prison, so I doubt they'll keep them there this time around."
Well, do you know where they might keep them?
He looks over and he's like, "What do I look like someone who traffics in knowledge?" Hey,
I'm just new to this town and I heard about them. I wanted to see them go on.
he says, "I wouldn't know about those things.
Alright.
Yeah, he says, I'm not a spy master. I'm just me.
All right. Well, have a good day.
He nods.
As we're walking away, I'm gonna lean over and whisper to Haley, "We need to find Sam."
Yes. I'm going to grab a hold of my staff and I'm using my staff as whatever.
A walking stick.
Yeah, it's also my arcane focus. So I'm going to cast message, and I'm going to say, Sam, it's Haley. Where are they keeping them? Tirth and Kalima. He can respond.
Yeah, you say that. Most people don't know it.
Yeah.
Okay. You'll hear a voice kind of whispered say, I don't know just yet. I know that they don't think they can keep them in prison. He says, it's going to be a lot tougher this time. He says, I keep my ear to the ground on it, though. How can I contact you?
Do you have any spellcaster? Or I can't respond that way. I'll cast message again. It's just a cantrip. Cast message again. You could have a spellcaster cast message, or she might be able to get a hold of me.
His response will be, okay. He says,
No, I can't respond. Damn.
he says, I don't have the gold to pay for him, but I'll send it COD.
What happened to the 7 gold?
Oh, that's right. He does have 7K. I forgot. Hey, I amend that completely. He'll respond with, figure out what I could figure out. I'll be working on my end. Don't worry about it. In the meantime. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, I'll send message back again. Thank you, and stay safe. He doesn't have to respond.
I'm gonna go to any nearby market stall or whatever and just purchase it like a cloak or a shawl or whatever, so I can wrap it around myself and try to just like very basically disguise myself.
I'm gonna take my cloak of protection and then put it inside out.
Sort of hold the cloaks close to your guys' heads to,
Yeah, I definitely want to try and disguise myself. Definitely hide the elf ears, because I'm sure they know I'm an elf now.
well, they're pretty easy inside of the cloak. Like, they poke out a little bit, but you can, put them under your hair. Keep going.
I'll take down my hair so it kind of poofs out a little.
All right.
And
So-
I guess we make our way to the rendezvous point.
Well, unfortunately, guys, this does affect quite a bit, including map making. I'm pretty sure at this point we actually have to call it a night.
What?
Well, I mean, you guys have Tirth knocked out. You have Kalima knocked out. They're at 0 hit points. I have to design a gallows for sure. And you guys are going to have to somehow figure out how to get them free. I have to design, different information you guys are going to get. This is definitely a complete change of direction that I could not foresee. First off, because you guys are... I never thought you'd split the goddamn party.
I mean,
It's been a while since we've made that mistake.
I mean, I'm
I
really...
also figured that we could have tried to stall some way. I thought that'd be helpful.
It's...
Someone else could have spoke up and said no.
Well, sometimes splitting the party is a good thing, Amanda. I didn't think you'd do it, but then I'm just like, okay, they chose to do it, that's okay. Roll it out. Maybe Tirth and Kalima would have escaped, or maybe they would have dominated everyone, or Like, I don't know, I'm not saying it was the most awful thing in the world, but it did lead to what it led to. And then you guys being foreigners to Alazio, hey, you guys being foreigners to Alazio definitely gave you the attempt, but I thought you were going to assassinate him before he had a chance to get on the ship. Failure to stop him from getting on the ship still had Vorg show up. That was written in. You guys have role-played and earned too much of that to where he wouldn't have been working behind the scenes, and that's what that NPC is going to do. But essentially, being able to save Turth and Kalima, that's going to require some thought I do not have prepared.
You haven't written that part of the story yet.
Oh, I mean, we could, it's one of those things, if I winged this, it's not it's not going to work out. Because there's 3 other things you guys don't know about that are going to have a huge effect on it.
Right.
You guys out-zagged me this time, essentially.
Wow.
No, they actually, they did some. It was some good roles, some good diplomacy, some cunning things being said.
Does that make us speedrunners?
Sure. I will go ahead and say you guys can go ahead and gain a level.
Yes!
Level.
Well, you guys have come through some dark times repeatedly back to back, and for placing yourselves in a place where I have to end this fucking early.
Right?
I mean, I have backup maps and backup maps, and you guys, this is nowhere near what I was going to do.
You don't have backups to the backups.
It's rare you'll ever catch me in this.
I'm supposed to be able to be like, okay, improv now. No, it's okay. I get it.
No. You guys have done too much and gotten too many benefits to be improv in that.
Now, gaining a level up, does that count as a long rest?
It will count as a long rest, with the exception of Turth and Kalima.
Except for Turth and Kalima?
Yeah, you guys go ahead, level your character, and then drop your hit points both to 1 for the start of next game.
Okay.
At least you're not conscious. Sorry.
Well, kids, that was interesting. Definitely not the route I thought you were going to take. Oh, we're still live.
Yeah, we are. I was going to say, let's say bye to stream real quick.
Mandy, plug your thing.
I haven't streamed in like 2 weeks, but at least go check out. I have an Etsy shop. It's called Madly Unique. Very, very, I'm hoping by the end of, my goal is by the end of June to have dice molds done and ready. I will be able to make dice. Go check out Madly Unique. I have Etsy. I'm on Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and I most recently got a Patreon. It's $1 a month. You get all sorts of behind-the-scene things. I'm really excited about some projects that I'm working on, so you should go follow me. As far as following us on YouTube, we are officially only 2 episodes behind this one and last week's because I sort of got caught up.
Woohoo!
So, yeah. All right,
I appreciate that.
Amanda, it's your turn.
Follow us on Diamonds and Dice on Facebook. Posted this stream at the beginning of it. Makes it super easy for you guys to watch us. Eventually we'll start posting, more memes again, and everything for Twitch and YouTube is also linked on there.
Also join our Discord server.
All the things. All right. We're very sorry we're ending so early. That we did start very early too, compared to the past couple of weeks. It's also short, but we'll see you guys next week. Bye!
Short but sweet. Take care.
Fuck!